It had been a while since she gazed at the night sky in Japan. Walking home with a convenience store bag in hand, Mirai Kinosaki let out a sigh while looking up at the sky above. The moon hung there, like a cutout in the heavens. Even though this place was far from her hometown, it suited her better than any place she had visited before, with the tepid breeze caressing her skin and the humid night air. Even after being away for almost 6 years, this place still felt like home. While it was comforting in a way, it carried with it a tinge of melancholy. Man, things never go my way, do they? Letting out a massive sigh, she pulled out her phone. Flipping through her messaging app, she called up a friend whom she hadn't met up with in a while. You could say they were childhood friends, but they weren't particularly close. After moving away, their only real contact was through the occasional correspondence between their parents. A shrill dial tone rang out. Feeling a sudden nervousness come over her, she took a deep breath. She counted to 10, then 20, before he picked up. Hello. Oh, hey, it's been a while, Owen. I'm glad that this account is still active. In response to her words, Owen Dreadnought let out a sigh into the phone. Is that you, Mirai? Yeah, it's been ages. Is your mother doing all right? Yeah, she's been fine lately. Oh, what do you mean, oh? Oh, nothing. Mirai laughed in response to Owen's suspicious tone. If she hadn't been the one to call him, she probably wouldn't have recognized the voice on the other end of the line as Owen's. Mirai pondered for a moment. It had been almost 10 years since they last spoke, so it was only natural, but even so. I was just thinking how much you've changed. You were so cute back then. Although the classmate she grew up with was not always straightforward, he always smiled. But now, anytime he would do an interview after winning a Digimon card game tournament, he would always project an aura of aloofness. I knew that you were like that, but I guess it's not just an act. That was a long time ago. The last time we talked must have been... You left Japan 10 years ago, didn't you? After that, we exchanged Christmas cards, but I left home 6 years ago. It's been a long time, so of course things would change. Owen sounded exasperated. Mirai chuckled. I suppose you're right. When you put it that way, I guess it really has been a lifetime. So, we haven't talked in 6 years, so what's the deal with you? I don't know. I guess I just got back to Japan, and it made me think of you somehow. Seriously? Hey, come on. You'll hurt my feelings if you keep questioning me. There must be some special reason why you decided to call me up tonight. Nope, no reason. Well, I guess I did see your face pop up today. You mean at the World Championships? Yeah, you guessed it. Congrats on the back-to-back wins. You're pretty much untouchable now, huh? Owen shook his head in irritation in the face of Mirai's nonchalant comment. After 6 years, that's what you called to say? Pretty much. You don't have any ulterior motives? So I saw you there in that interview. I remembered your face from my childhood, but you looked so glum. It worried me a bit, but if I said that, he'd hang up immediately, surely. I'm just calling up my old pal Owen. It's not like I stand to gain from a Digimon card game celebrity. Can't a gal make a phone call? After a short pause, Owen let out a sigh as though admitting defeat. Fine, just for a bit. Of course. I'm just on my way home from the convenience store now. Are you at your parents' place? No way. I couldn't show my face there. I'm crashing at my friend's place until I can save up enough for my next trip. Come on, say something. Mirai pouted over the indescribable air Owen gave off through his silence. The white circle of the moon hung overhead as she walked down the street. Digimon Liberator Side Story. DEBUG.16, Moonlight Talk. Do you keep in touch with your parents? Here and there, I guess. Arisa, was it? Your little sister? When was the last time you talked to her? 2 months ago. I don't mean like chatting on a messenger app. When was the last time you actually talked over the phone or in person? While Owen pressed her for details, Mirai let out a groan, akin to that of a squashed toad. Yeah, I know there's no point. She had brushed it off before, but the reason she called while feigning ignorance was out of her concern for Owen. He didn't seem happy at all after his win on the big stage. Mirai just thought that he needed to chat with someone outside the Digimon card world for a bit. She called on a whim, but it had been nearly 10 years since they last spoke. During that time, all she had seen of him was his role as Digimon card champion. So, of course, that was the only thing she could think to bring up. Because of that, the conversation naturally shifted towards her. You should keep in touch. Owen, you sound just like my mom. Here I am, calling out of concern for a friend, and instead, I end up being the pathetic 22-year-old whose family ties are being questioned. Aren't your parents worried? Why would they be? I keep in touch, let them know where I am and that I'm safe, then I just do my own thing. So then why aren't you staying with them? If you have a good relationship with them, then you'd have no reason not to drop by after coming back to Japan. Hitting me, right where it hurts as expected from a Digimon world champ. Flattery will get you nowhere. Well, begging your pardon then. Mirai laughed half-jokingly, then let out a quiet sigh so as not to be heard over the phone. He had hit a sore spot. Oh, that's right. Rissi is going hard on her exams. I thought that if I were to come back now, it could cause a fuss and get in the way of her studying. Ah, right, she's in her first year of high school, isn't she? If you're saying that now when it's not even exam season, you'll never end up going back. You're not my mom, Owen. Seriously, when did you get so nosy? Say whatever you want, but your time with family is precious. Way to lay it on me with that serious tone. That's not fair. His mother's collapse and the subsequent decision for the Dreadnought family to return home all happened without Mirai knowing. She came home one night after hanging out with her friends to find her parents busy doing work and contacting people. They asked her to babysit Arisa, her sister, who was still very young. Dinner rolled around, but their parents were nowhere to be seen. Mirai and Arisa ate the instant curry that she had nervously put together. Then she drew a bath for Arisa and tried to keep her spirits up until they went to bed. The next morning, when the two woke up and made their way to the dining table, they were greeted by the tired faces of their parents, who explained what had happened to Owen's mother and that they would be returning to their home country. At the time, Mirai wasn't even able to understand the severity of the situation, so little Arisa likely had no idea whatsoever. Oh, by the way, suddenly she remembered a memory that had been swept away. The junior boy who nervously approached Mirai and spoke to her as she was walking home with girls from her class, his question was about digital monsters. He wanted to surprise his friend Owen by showing off some Digimon knowledge that Owen didn't know. Since then, Mirai would occasionally meet up with him to talk about the Digimon anime and handheld devices. That was the start of a family-wide relationship. He apparently even helps out Arisa now. Hey, Owen, do you still keep in touch with your friends in Japan? Why the sudden question? Yeah, there was Sho, right? Shoto Kazama, Owen and Sho, you guys were always together. No. Mirai's shoulders tensed up unwittingly as the voice on the other end of the line grew noticeably heavy. Oh, I'm sorry, did something happen? No, it's nothing. That tone of voice seems to disagree. No, I'm serious, it's nothing. He just ran away. His words belied something, but he clearly refused to be pressed further. Mirai had no desire to dig into whatever happened between him and Shoto Kazama at the risk of hurting Owen, but at the same time, if she were the kind of person to drop something, she wouldn't have called him out of the blue to begin with. And it's not like she could ignore Owen's tone, which hinted at something serious. Owen, do you think running away is a bad thing? What do you mean? I don't know what happened between you and Sho, but if you ever thought that he ran away from you, and if it had something to do with the Digimon card game, images came to mind of his successive victories, broadcast from a different part of the world each year. A fire burned within his eyes, yet his expression hinted at something missing as his gaze drifted over the battle area. Do you think you've gotten to the point where you can't run anymore? Because if you have, I think the first thing you ought to do is stop cornering yourself. What are you trying to do? Oh, nothing. Just some advice from a childhood friend who's pretty good at running away. A deafening silence resounded from the other side of the line. Mirai came to a stop under a streetlight, waiting for Owen's next words. All that filled the air was the faint sound of the buzzing electric light. Even so, after a full minute, Owen's voice shattered the night air. I have to keep fighting here for now. Not for anyone else, but because it's what I want to do. I see. If that's the case, then I guess it's not my place to say anything. Mirai muttered softly, lifted one foot, and then stepped out of the glow of the streetlight. Well, what about you then? What about me? That thing you said before about being good at running. Ah, yeah. I figured you'd bring that up then. When you said run away, did you mean like when you left home to travel and before you realized you came back to Japan? No, it's not like that. Mirai gathered her resolve and spoke up. I started traveling because I wanted to. I didn't do it because I wanted to escape. But thinking about it, she realized that it was the dream of a spoiled child from a well-off family, but she didn't regret it one bit. Whether or not she could beam with pride about it to her parents or little sister was a different matter. The fact remained that after 6 years of traveling, she started to feel a desire to reflect on herself. Now, I'm just taking a little pause. That's all. So, are you going to be in Japan for a bit? I guess so. I have to earn some money before I can travel again. Owen seemed resigned to his thoughts after hearing Mirai's words, then broke into speech as though he had finally realized something. In that case, why not give it a shot? Huh? Give what a shot? Liberator, Digimon Liberator. Oh, that service that's launching next year. Mirai gasped sharply at his unexpected utterance. So, you still keep up with the new info, huh? But I bet you didn't know that they've started recruiting from the closed beta? Oh, they've been open for a whole year? I gotta try it out a bit myself. I have to say, the VR environment is pretty impressive. And the map is huge. If you like traveling, you might enjoy it. It couldn't hurt to apply, right? And your sister plays too, right? Upon hearing this, she let out a squeak. Oh, Rissy? I mean, she was into Digimon back in the day, but honestly, I don't know if I can show my face to that kid anymore. Anyway, that's about it from me. I gotta go. I hope that you find that passion to drive you someday. Hey, wait a minute. Oh, wow, he hung up on me. Mirai stared down at the screen of her now silent phone and let out a sigh. Digimon Liberator, huh? If she were her usual self, she probably wouldn't have been interested. And if her little sister might be interested in playing, then perhaps it was even more reason for her to stay away. But if the one and only Owen is suggesting it, then maybe it's worth a shot. One day in class, a friend from abroad was talking about it, which is why I started longing to see the world. She walked down the evening streets mumbling to herself about whether she could buy a D-storage online and whether she could use her friend's address for the pickup location. All the while, the silver rays of the moon shone down upon her. And now, a year has already passed since she joined the Liberator beta test, Emerald Coast, in Lacuna. Mirai stood there, looking up at the clear blue sky with the wild wind swirling past, and had a big stretch. Man, I'm really not the best at cards, am I? When she got to a secluded area, she lay back on the ground, closed her eyes, and felt the breeze. There was a grove of bamboo, or something similar, nearby. The rustling sound of the leaves was comforting. She didn't find battles too bad, but this she loved. She spent the majority of the closed beta riding around Lacuna on her bike. Mirai became a valuable asset to the GMs because she found a plethora of bugs in the process, but she didn't contribute much to the battle system or the quest debugging front. And she hadn't really connected with the other members. She grew to like the game, and she grew to like Digimon, but she never did find that passion that Owen spoke of. Rissy, you'll come, won't you? Despite never asking, her parents told her that Arissa had become obsessed with the Digimon card game and had purchased D-storage as soon as the Liberator service went live. It made sense that she would be good at card games since she was the type to be logical and hyper-fixate on one thing. If they were to bump into each other in Lacuna, they might end up battling. Mirai figured that she should probably train up a bit so that she didn't embarrass herself. She shook her head as soon as the thought crossed her mind. It was precisely because she was thinking about such improper things that she couldn't fully immerse herself in the game. Come on, Mirai. Shape up. It was at that moment that a loud voice rang out and found its way to her ears. It sounded like a person's voice, but there was nobody around. What was that? Mirai sat up and was probing her surroundings for the source of the noise, until finally her gaze fell upon the bamboo grove behind her. From within the grove, where dozens of tall bamboo-like objects stuck out of the ground, there was one shoot that glowed a golden hue. But that wasn't all. From within the glowing light, she could hear a girl's voice repeating a sound almost like a dial tone. If one were to try to put it into words, it would be something like warawa, 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 warawa. Something like that. What is this? Is this meant to be here? Maybe it's a bug? She was trepidatious, but felt compelled to reach out her hand to the bamboo, as if something was drawing her in. As soon as her hand touched it, the bamboo split into two with a soft pop. Inside of it, there was a beautiful princess. Or rather, there was a Digimon shaped like a haniwa with an unreadable expression instead. Human, are you the one who will be my master? Master? Your reaction is concerning. This fills me with dread for the future, but it is what it is. Due to my radiant aura, it was becoming impossible to stay hidden any longer. After sitting in stunned silence at its pompous proclamation for a moment, Mirai's demeanor brightened. Oh my God, you're the cutest thing ever. What? I fail to grasp this concept, but so long as the glory of my radiance is conveyed, that will do. Human, carry me. Already on it, she said as she grasped the Haniwa Digimon by the trunk and yanked on it. Its cylindrical torso slipped out of the bamboo with the sound of a vacuum-like pop. Come now. Can you not grasp me with more dignity? Sorry about that. It is fine. I am Hanimon. You have been graced with the privilege of being my master. Your name's Hanimon, huh? I'm Mirai. Pleased to meet you. She totally ignored any and all questions she might have had about this previously unknown Digimon and about this business of Digimon hiding inside of random objects and extended her hand to Hanimon to shake on it. This would be the story that she would tell her little sister about how Mirai Kinosaki encountered her new passion, but that would be saved for much, much later.